According to the 2025 HEPI survey, 92% of students are now using generative AI in their studies. Yet despite this massive adoption, national test scores aren't seeing a proportional lift. For many, the high-tech tools aren't actually translating into higher grades. This happens because we often use AI for recognition rather than recall. We ask it to summarize a chapter, we read the bullet points, and our brains tell us we understand the material because it looks familiar. But looking familiar isn't the same as being able to yank that information out of your head during a final. This is the Ebbinghaus forgetting curve. When passively consuming summaries, memory decays at a steep rate, dropping to a stagnant average. To change trajectory, interrupt the decay. Active recall at spaced intervals drives the memory line back up, locking into long-term retention. If we want to move past the illusion of knowledge, we have to evaluate AI systems based on how they facilitate this retrieval. We've identified 7 tools that address different academic bottlenecks. The goal isn't to find a tool that gives you frictionless answers. It's to find one that provides frictionless preparation, automating the setup of flashcards and tests so you can spend 100% of your energy on the actual cognitive work of testing yourself. We can map these options on a simple matrix. The horizontal axis tracks the source, from the generic web to your specific syllabus. The vertical axis tracks the action. Is the tool encouraging passive reading or demanding active testing? Notebook LM sits on the far right. You upload your own documents, lecture slides, PDFs, YouTube links, and it synthesizes them into study guides. Because it only knows what you give it, the accuracy is high, but it won't quiz you. Then there's ChatGPT's study mode. Instead of providing an immediate answer, it acts as a Socratic tutor. It asks you questions, checks your logic, and scaffolds the explanation based on what you actually understand. This moves you into active testing, but it requires careful oversight. Without specific prompts, a general chatbot can easily drift away from your course material and provide generic, unverified explanations. All-in-one tools like ULearn or Newton bridge this gap. They convert raw multimedia directly into structured mini-courses, complete with auto-generated quizzes and flashcards. On the matrix, these land in the optimal top right quadrant. They anchor their questions in your specific syllabus while forcing you to use active recall. However, processing this much custom data is technically demanding. Most of these all-in-one platforms use credit-based systems or monthly subscriptions that are more restrictive than a standard chatbot. While comprehension tools help you understand the why, other tools are built specifically for the what, the brute force memorization of facts and the execution of specific tasks. For high-volume memorization, Note allows you to paste your notes and instantly generate a deck of flashcards for free, using a built-in spaced repetition system to schedule your reviews. If you need even more control, Anki remains the gold standard for medical and language students. Its algorithm is designed for permanent retention, ensuring you see the hardest cards at the mathematically perfect moment. The bottleneck with Anki is the manual labor. It has a steep learning curve and an interface from the 90s. Most students now use AI to extract their notes, generate a CSV file, and bulk import into Anki, skipping the manual data entry. For research-heavy assignments, Perplexity is the most efficient choice. It synthesizes answers across dozens of sites and provides clickable, peer-reviewed citations for every claim. This makes it excellent for building an evidence-based outline or verifying facts for a paper. However, because it doesn't offer a testing mode, it shouldn't be your primary tool for exam preparation. If the problem isn't the material, but the sheer volume of the workload, Goblin tools or Trevor AI are lifelines. They take a massive, vague assignment and break it down into a granular list of micro-tasks you can actually fit into your calendar. Each of these execution tools is highly specialized. Using a research tool for memorization or a flashcard app to write a research paper creates a workflow that is either too shallow for the exam or too slow for the deadline. Because no single app does everything well, the most effective strategy is to build a study stack, a combination of 2 specialized tools that cover each other's gaps. To build your stack, you first have to identify your primary academic bottleneck. Are you struggling to understand the concepts, or simply to remember the facts? For STEM students in physics or engineering, the bottleneck is understanding mechanics. A powerful stack here is ChatGPT's study mode for concept clarification, paired with ULearn to practice your specific problem sets. In the humanities, the challenge is synthesizing dense reading. You can use Notebook LM to extract the key arguments from your sources, then use Perplexity to find verifiable citations to build your own essays. For medical or law students, the bottleneck is pure volume. Your stack should focus on memorization mechanics, pairing a tool like Note for quick card generation with Anki for long-term retention of thousands of facts like anatomy or case law. Regardless of your stack, the rule is trust but verify. The AI builds the gym, but it can't lift the weights for you. Always cross-reference AI summaries with your actual textbook before you commit them to memory. In 2026, the technology provides the friction-free preparation, but your brain is still the software. The AI automates the setup, but you still have to do the cognitive work to pass the test.